Yo, before we begin, you can't look like this when you go traveling, alright? So let's real quick get a change of clothes. Now this is more like it. Cue the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to What's So Funny About...
What's so funny about travel? People make fun of travel and traveling non-stop like it's the funniest thing since people falling over. Why is this? Traveling isn't funny, it's misery. I think it might have to do with the people who like to travel, since it's very fashionable for young people to travel these days. You know, young people, people like this, or this, or this, or this, or... And remember, these are the types of people who would be clicking away at their smartphones all journey long while they're next to you. If you had any thought about sleeping, abandon those hash fantasies immediately, my friend, because all you'll be hearing is... for the next 18 hours. But listen, it's not all that bad. Not every passenger is like this. Sometimes you sit next to an old man who sleeps with his mouth open for the entirety of the trip. And don't worry, it's not just his breath that smells like death, he looks like he's died too. But your suffering does not need to be silent in other cases. Sometimes it's very loud indeed. Sometimes you get to sit next to a lovely family man from some little town out somewhere out in the country, and you get to learn from this man and drink in the atmosphere of some small shithole somewhere, while his kids kick the back of your seat the entire journey through, right up until the point where the family man stands up, spins around, and screams himself red in the face, right up until a vein pops inside of his tomato of a head and he falls down dead between a row of seats. Hey, maybe the dad's death will get the kids to finally shut up, huh? So, we have loud, obnoxious, smelly, annoying, peace-disturbing, and generally quite rude co-passengers. But thank the Lord Almighty that we get to take a break from all this. At any moment, at your leisure, we can go and visit the restrooms and have a well-deserved break. Here, you get crammed into the room the size of a casket that smells like the old guy we just talked about had shat out his intestines into the bowl just a moment ago. But fear not, if there happens to be a little bit of filth inside the toilet bowl, you can rest assured knowing that it's probably been there since before the end of the Cold War. That's right, you get to interact with filth that's so old that it could have been inside someone's now dead great-grandmother before they went to shake hands with the JFK. And fear not, after you've relieved yourself in the general direction of the soot-black toilet bowl, you can turn around and let all that filth be washed off in the faucet. That's right, modern conveniences like modern water exist here. Or at least it would if you could get the damn infrared sensor to work. You have to wave your hands around like a madman to get that thing to work. And all you'll accomplish is just spreading whatever you had on your hands onto the walls. So instead just exit the coffin you're in, wipe your hands on somebody's poodle, and go back to your seat. Which brings us to another lovely person you're guaranteed to meet the next time you go travel. After all, what would a cramped seat be without a wild animal using your leg as a scratching post? Our animal-loving friends and family exist all around us, and they're gonna make damn sure you know. The next time you see some 50-year-old overdressed, smoking, colored hair having, tattooed, animal-lugging, overpacked, leather-wearing old woman, just know that they couldn't give a shit about you. They're gonna force their 2 German shepherds right under your seat and just beneath your legs, whether you like it or not. And if those 2 dogs look like they just came out of the radioactive forest of Chernobyl, just know that they probably act like it too. At the end of your trip, you'll be happy to know that you'll get a complimentary ride to the hospital in a medevac, because you will need several stitches, a blood transfusion, and rabies shots to set things right. But let's take a moment. What's best? Pick your poison. You have already decided in your mind that the next 12 hours of your life are going to be painful. You're going to have to interact with some strange folk. But before you get to enter this microprison of personal suffering, you have to decide what microprison. Frankly, we have a myriad of options for you to choose from. You can travel by sea, road, air, path at your convenience. You can log into the closest site you find about travel, and in a second, you'll be scammed into buying a ticket for one of these personal convenient death cages. If you want fast, luxurious, comfortable, expedient service at the click of a button, you have to choose plane. Why not take your partner for a death dive this summer? Strap yourself into the metal interior of a giant ballistic and launch yourself skyward, hoping and praying to dear baby Jesus that one of about 12,000 things won't go wrong in the coming second. Main engine explodes, you're all dead. A small group of brown fellows take control of the plane and suddenly you're making close acquaintance with the local skyline. Fuel runs out mid-journey and you get to drop into the ice-cold waters of the Atlantic Ocean, just in time to see the calving of the icebergs. Doesn't it just sound like heaven to be flying? No? Alright, what will you pick? Bus? You wanna take the bus? Where poor people go? Poor people like Rosa Parks? No. No. You want train. zooming along the local landscape, running over deer that frolic near the track, getting harassed by an overweight ticket conductor. Doesn't it sound marvelously appealing? Miles better than the filthy bus, and it's good for the environment too. And fun for the kids. At the end of the trip, you get to scrape yourself off a little piece of venison off the front grill of the train. Plenty of deer flesh to go around. What, don't like that either? Well, you could be using your own car to travel. Of course, you'll have to share it with your fat meathead family, while they blast shitty folk rock and shout obscenities through the window at other passing cars. But you'll get there. Or you could walk. You could walk. You know, I first asked myself, what's so funny about travel? But really, there's a lot of funny things about travel. It's really such an odd constellation. You were happy at home, then you became intensely miserable for a short period of time, then you got home again and now you're happy again. What's the point? Was there anything in your journey that you couldn't have gotten staying at home? I guess that's sort of the moral that you should be taking out of travel. Thinking about what you'll get out of it and what you couldn't get at home. Maybe you'll meet some distant family that you don't usually meet. Maybe you'll learn about some people and how they live. But you didn't need to learn any of that, or go anywhere, because after all, I'm right here, in your screen. You don't need to go anywhere to meet me. Get over here instead. Give Daddy a little kiss. Well, that was shocking, to say the least. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, obviously. I'm gonna be putting more of these out. Check me out. Everything is in the description. You don't need to worry. And here's some more videos, playlists, and as always, love ya.